Chronicles of the Grim Reaper, The Dance, by Griz, Calderon. The moon hung high above the city, its pale light spilling over the balcony where Grayson stood. The gentle rustle of the evening breeze carried the muted sounds of distant conversations, mingling with the hum of the city below. Tonight, she wore a simple dress that flowed like water around her as she swayed to the music playing softly in her apartment. The melody wasn't from a radio or speaker. It was a song she hummed quietly to herself, one that brought her peace and made her feel close to him. Grayson moved gracefully, her body flowing with an unspoken rhythm. Her movements were fluid, as if she were dancing with an unseen partner. She imagined strong arms guiding her, twirling her, holding her close. Her heart ached, not with longing, but with a quiet joy that came from the depth of her love. Suddenly, a familiar warmth enveloped her. It was subtle at first, a sensation she had felt before, a presence that had become both a comfort and a mystery. She opened her eyes, but the balcony was empty. Still, she knew he was there. "I feel you," she whispered into the night. In response, the breeze shifted, swirling around her, and she felt it, his touch. The Reaper's presence was no longer distant. She turned, and for the first time, she felt him fully, as though he had stepped from the shadows into her world. He was not visible in the way a man might be, but she could feel the solidity of him, the warmth of his hand as he took hers and spun her gently. As they danced under the stars, the city lights below twinkling like tiny lanterns, he took her back, not in memory, but in sensation. She was there again, atop the mountain where they had first met. The air was cool and crisp, the sun setting in hues of gold and crimson over the valley. She could feel the peace of that moment, the quiet understanding they had shared. "I sat with you there," the Reaper said, his voice heavy with emotion. "I felt your pain, your sorrow. I wanted to take it all away, to bring you peace. But more than that, I wanted to give you the chance to find love. I told you that love was waiting for you, not knowing then that it would be me." Grayson's breath caught in her throat. "You," she whispered. "You are the love you spoke of?" "Yes," he confessed, his presence trembling with vulnerability. "You have shown me what it is to love, to care for another in a way I never thought possible. And though I cannot be with you in the way I wish, know that my very being is yours." Tears glistened in her eyes as she rested her head against his chest. The stars above seemed to shimmer brighter, their glow illuminating the moment with a quiet radiance. "I never thought I could feel this," she said softly. "To be loved so completely, so selflessly. You've shown me that love can heal even the deepest wounds." There was no music to guide their steps, only the gentle hum of her melody carried on the breeze, binding them in a harmony no song could replicate. For what felt like hours, they danced, their movements slow and deliberate, their connection transcending the boundaries of life and death. In his arms, she felt safe, cherished, and whole. And for the Reaper, holding her was a gift he had never known he could desire. When the night began to fade into the pale blush of dawn, he knew he had to leave. But this time, he lingered, his form reluctant to fade. "I don't want to go," he admitted, his voice heavy with sorrow. Grayson placed a gentle hand on where his cheek might have been, her touch filled with understanding. "I know," she said softly, "but I will be here, always, and I will always love you." With one final twirl, he released her, his presence fading into the night. But the warmth of his touch, the memory of their dance, stayed with her, a promise that their connection would never truly end. The end.